My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
You know, for quite a while now, it kind of seems like horror games have kind of been getting the short end of the stick. Ignored, even, if you will. You know, we haven't really been getting a lot of new big horror games like that in the past few years. A genre to where back in the day it used to be extremely popular and successful with games like Resident Evil, of course, Silent Hill, Dino Crisis, Capcom. We deserve a Dino Crisis remake.
Expeditiously.
And then you fast forward to today, that same genre has kind of been severely lacking over the years. We haven't really gotten a lot of good, big budget, new horror games like that over the years. That's why when Hideo Kojima, the great Hideo Kojima, dropped that PT teaser on us years ago, it was such an experience, and you had news sites saying that this was one of the best horror games we've gotten in years. It was only a teaser. Myself and others have been dying for horror games to kind of get back to where they used to be back in the day with just all types of horror games to choose from. However, I will say, and I don't know if I've been the only one that has kind of been starting to notice this, you know, with all the stuff going on in the gaming industry as of late, it kind of seems like the light might be shining a little bright again on horror games. Speaking of the light shining bright, it's the summertime. And while you're out and about doing your thing and enjoying the summer, you need the light shining bright on you. Well, my brothers and sisters, that is where Into the AM comes in. Featured on the channel previously, Into the AM is a wholesome place where the creative person that you are can go to for all types of high quality clothing. From graphic tees, tank tops, t-shirts, and more, Into the AM will have a site-wide discount sale on their summer styles, where you can find some pretty dope stuff. If you find anything you're interested in, make sure to visit the site during these dates to get a site discount on the summer styles, and using the brothers discount code, get an even higher discount on that thing. Visit Into the AM now. Callisto Protocol. I cannot speak about this game enough, bro. I'm trying not to get like overly hyped for this game, because you never know how, you know, these games are gonna end up being once they do drop. But I must say, bro, like, the stuff I'm seeing from this game right now, RE4 remake, move to the side. Dead Space remake, move to the side. This what I want, bro. That Callisto Protocol has been really impressing me, bro. I love the way it looks. I love the vibe. You can see clear as day it's from the Dead Space creators, and it looks intriguing, and it looks scary. It looks gory. It looks bloody, like all the stuff you need in a high budget AAA horror game. That's what I'm seeing so far in the Callisto Protocol. I wish this game was for October, because this would be such a good game to stream in October. But it comes out early December, I believe. This game has already shot to the top of the charts for me as far as, you know, games that I'm looking forward to for the remainder of at least games that we know are still set to come out this year. The Callisto Protocol is definitely up there now with what I've been seeing from this game. It just looks amazing, bro. With the RE4 remake, listen, like, I ain't necessarily hyped for the game, but I do plan on getting it. If you don't know, I was not the biggest fan of Resident Evil 4 when I beat the game for my very first time earlier on this year. I got a whole review up for that of me pretty much slandering the game. Well, not slander. Listen, I was speaking my truth, my opinion of what I thought of the game. I'm always hearing that this was the best Resident Evil in the series, and it inspired all these different games, and this was the pinnacle of Resident Evil. And I played it, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And then Ashley.
Leon!
Oh my lord. I cannot wait to see what they do with her in this remake. Is she going to be as annoying and the damsel that she was in the original in this remake. You know, but I do still plan on getting the remake. The RE2 remake was incredible. So based off that alone, let's not even mention the RE3 remake. Let's be real, that was rushed. Like, we all know that junk came out a little bit too soon. They was like, oh snap, they really like this RE2 remake. Hey, put out put out RE3 next. They rushed the hell out of that junk. Being a fan favorite amongst actual Resident Evil fans, I'm sure they're going to do that game justice just like they did with the RE2 remake. So I will be getting the game. With the Dead Space remake, the Dead Space remake, because I just recently, and when I say recently, like maybe back in 2018-19, during the month of October, I was looking for horror games to play because, like I said, there really hasn't been any. So during the month of October, I always try to stream like scary games. But because there really hasn't been a lot of new ones to choose from, I always have to go back. And I never played Dead Space before. So I played Dead Space 1 and 2. I was recommended to skip 3. I don't know. And I played it on PC. So it still looked pretty good. It ran good. The atmosphere was still great. I still got scared at moments. So for me, the Dead Space remake is kind of like the Last of Us remake. Whereas, like, for me personally, I don't really need it because, you know, but the Dead Space remake is going to happen, and I know I'm going to buy it because I was a fan of Dead Space 1 and 2. You also have Fort Solis. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that game that was at the Summer Games Fest, but that's when Troy Baker and Roger Clark, oh, Arthur, I know, Dutch, and him from Red Dead Redemption, my Arthur Morgan, those two guys are going to be featured in this game. So I was like, hey, hold on, you know. And I think this is also supposed to be a indie game, but it looks like one of those high quality indie games, like kind of like Kenna. Like, bro, indies have been stepping it up as of late, so it kind of looks like one of those. And Fort Solis is supposed to be like this kind of like space horror game. They showed a little trailer and then gameplay for it, and even that looked pretty good, and it looked like it's gonna be like another space horror, like sci-fi game. So I'm like, bro, we getting like a lot of like space horror games coming. But hey, a good horror game is a good horror game. I don't care where it takes place. Routine, which is also gonna be another, it kind of looks like it's gonna take place like, if not in space, like sci-fi, whatever. Like a lot of stuff like that is coming, and they showed a trailer for that, and apparently Routine was announced like over a decade ago. I had no idea, but apparently this game was announced like a while back, and they finally, like, I guess, showing more of it, and that looked like it's going to be like another space sci-fi-ish, you know, Android type horror game, whatever. You have The Quarry that just dropped recently, which at first I wasn't really gonna get The Quarry. It just wasn't really grabbing my attention like that. But I hear it's actually pretty good, and it's been getting solid review scores and stuff like that. So I might end up getting that as well. And then apparently Hideo Kojima, his horror game that he's supposedly working on got leaked, and it's called Overdose. Hideo Kojima, you should have told me. So he's supposed to be working on a horror game. It just kind of seems like horror games, which I've been waiting for this for a while, are getting a light shine back on them. Horror games, you know, are some of the best, most immersive gaming experiences that you can get, and for a while we wasn't really getting a lot of new horror games like that. Is this horror games coming back with a vengeance? I don't know. What do y'all think? Have y'all been paying attention to all of these horror games that have been shown lately? Which ones are catching your eye? What do y'all think of the Callisto Protocol? Do y'all feel like I'm hyping up this game too much, or are y'all even convinced from what you've been seeing from this game so far? Between the Callisto Protocol, RE4 remake, Dead Space remake, whatever Hideo Kojima's game is supposed to be, Which of these games, as far as horror, are you looking forward to the most? Are they coming back with a vengeance? Is this the year for, well, is this and going into next year going to be the year for horror games? Are we finally going to make horror games great again? Leave it down in the comments below, my brothers and sisters. I hope y'all suckers enjoyed this video. Until the next video, I'll catch y'all boys in my next one, all right?